with Kite Thief from Bristol, England. How's it going, guys?
Hey,
It's
I'm
going
good.
good, man.
Good and cold.
Cold.
I feel you. It's like that in here in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Cold, rainy, same thing, different country, different city and state.
Yeah. I got the hat on indoors.
Between my legs currently.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you guys coming on. Let's dive right into it. So, when and how do you guys form?
How long has it been?
It's been 5 years now.
5 years.
And yeah, we all have kind of differing stories, but I think the general consensus is that we all met at uni. We all went to a music university. And within the courses on that, we had to basically form a band. And Ellen kind of knew like all of us individually, or pretty much all of us. And she kind of just cherry picked us to be in her band, basically, for a performance thing. And yeah, we ended up doing. There's like a show that you play at the end of every year. Everyone kind of auditions to get on it, and there's only a few acts that do. We got on that. We ended up winning it and winning like a load of, I think it was like rehearsal credits or whatever it was. And everyone was like, "You guys should like do this as a band. Like you should really see where it goes." And then we kind of sat down and sort of wrote some stuff, had a couple of rehearsals together, and really hit it off. And then yeah, we had 2 more years left of uni, so we basically had 2 years of intense being a band, I guess. So we kind of skipped over a lot of the stuff that takes a long time, forming like really good bonds, really good relationships with each other, really good musical relationships as well, like understanding how we all play and how we all write. And yeah, it was kind of like a crash course in the first couple of years of like getting to know each other and really bonding. And that's only got stronger over time as well. So it was kind of a happy accident, really. It all just came out of nowhere. And luckily, I think we're pretty cool. I think we're pretty good.
I think we're pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Congratulations. That's really sick.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
You guys just released a new song, Shush. How's the response been to it?
We have a bit of a fun bet in the band around which one of the songs from this EP is gonna get the most traction, right? It sounds big-headed when I say it like that, but like to us, traction could be anything. But like I think a few people had different ideas of which one was gonna do or well. I guess it kind of coincides with what most people's favorite song is from the EP, right? And in my opinion, I thought this one would do the best, and it's the one that I enjoy the most. Not really sure why, mainly because of that big fat riff in the middle. It's always been a favorite of mine. Max wrote it, but it's always been one that's like stuck with me. And I think so far it seems to go well. It's the first one of our songs to be played on BBC Radio 1, which is the number one kind of BBC radio in the UK. It's not the first one to be played on any BBC. There have been others, but it's the first one to make it to that stage. So I guess you could say the response has been well for that one. I think it'll take time to see the response in terms of like streaming, because obviously the first few songs have been out longer than this one. I'm actually just like loading up the Spotify on my phone to see where it's at, but I think it's it's kind of slow burning at the moment. It's kind of doing what all the others did. So we'll see, and I guess in a few months' time we'll see which one wins.
We've learned over time that generally when it comes to these things, Josh has a fairly good knack for it. So it's like when it comes to a lot of stuff, like whether it be a songwriting thing, it'll be like, oh, what do people think? And then like Josh will be like, I think this, and then at the end of it, it's like, oh, damn it, he's right. Okay, we'll see if this is the same. Forgive me, I'm just going to put a hoodie on because I'm getting chilly talking about being cold. I'm going to turn my camera off. I'm still here.
No one wants to see that.
Well, I just checked it out, and it's freaking awesome. So you guys should really be proud of yourselves.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man. Thank you.
So who did you guys record it with, and how was the process?
We recorded it with Joe Marsh, who's been our producer for this EP and for the last 3 singles we've done. So Sweepstake, Hindsight, and Allegedly.
Mm-hmm. He also helped us with the live streams as well.
Oh yeah,
the live session.
The live session we recorded as well. Yeah, it's been really fun, man. It was very different for us. Originally, like the first stuff we recorded with him, we recorded as you typically would. You go to the studio, you do it all there, and slowly but surely, we've basically regressed from going to the studio and doing as much stuff at home as we can. With this one, we wanted, because it's a big body of work and it was quite important to us for it to be done right. Not that anything else wasn't, important to be done right, but we really wanted to make sure that this was the best it could be. Me, Josh, and Henry went to Joe's early January and February to record all of the guitars and bass. We had, for the first time ever, actually, John from Super Love, which is a band you might know. He wrote all of the synth and backing kind of stuff, that the extra textures, the extra I don't know what you would call it, really. Just anything that
Layers.
isn't an instrument. Yeah, layers. Which we hadn't really had on. We'd had a little bit on other songs, but this is the first time we properly worked with someone independently to do that stuff, which is really exciting for us. And we really feel like it brought the tracks to like a new level for the band. We tried lots of different stuff that we hadn't really done before. Like everything was recorded with quad cortex or plugins for the guitars and bass. The drums were recorded separately as well. So that was, instead of like just a drum kit being played, we like isolated the skins and the tubs, and then recorded the cymbals separately to get even more separation, just to make sure that everything was as hi-fi as possible, basically. As like a bit of an experiment for us, really. We really kind of pushed the boat out for doing new stuff. And like at the end of Shush, you probably heard like I scream, and then I wanted this kind of like Bring Me the Horizon sort of Kingslayer thing, where they have the same sort of thing. But I sent Joe this like random plugin, and we just like messed around with that and got some really cool stuff out of it, and we just had a really good time. We like played around a lot, tried a lot of new things that we haven't done before.
Yeah, I think playing around is a really good way of looking at it, because like we used EBOs on guitars, things like we've never even touched before. The end of Shush, as Zach mentioned, actually. Sorry, Max. God, sorry, I'm a bit ill. I'm not really with it. You might know. Well, you might not have known, but now if we say it, you'll notice at the end there's just no guitars. We actually used like 3 different basses. And just recorded like different basses as if they were guitars, just to get that like huge wall of sound at the end.
We just had fun, didn't we? Really, I think that's the main thing. We like
no rules.
Yeah, we really wanted to kind of do away with everything that we'd been comfortable with before, and like in Shush, actually, yeah. So all the stuff you hear with the breakdowns and like the really heavy bits was recorded with this. In fact, it's going through a guitar rig, which usually you don't do, but the original demo actually just had so much character to it. We ended up using that as the majority of the tone for that song, for those really heavy bits. So
I can't say that the drumming was fun though. I can't say I had fun. It was like it's made out that it's like a really lovely experience. Like it was. Can we swear on this, by the way? Can we curse? Is that all right? It was fucking horrible. Well, not horrible. It was just like, because I think drums are a little bit of a different animal, where it's like guitars can be recorded in so many different sort of settings, whereas drums, I had 2 days to get everything done, and if we didn't get it done, that's a problem. So it's like it was all on me. Plus, also, it was one of the last things we recorded. We did vocals and all the guitars and all the bass. So I was tracking to the full on
finished product.
So I just had to do it, and I'd never recorded that way before.
You also had to relearn how to play the drums.
I had to, well, I practiced for it, but like I could only do so much, so that separating and plus also as well, we changed parts on the day, and I remember it was in February we recorded, so the days are really short, and I remember it getting darker and darker, and I'm just like, Joe, I can't do it, and he was an absolute angel, our producer. He got me through it, and we got it all done in 2 days. So yeah. That was an experience for drums, at least. But the guitar sounded lovely, dude.
We were taking snack breaks. We were lovely, just chilling out.
Man.
I really appreciate the honesty. Why lie?
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys are from Bristol. How's the alternative music scene there? Do you guys have a favorite venue, local band?
Yeah, it's thriving, man. There's so many good bands here, and there's such a lovely like community of bands. We've definitely got a few staples, I think, in terms of venues. Like we love the Exchange. We played there quite a few times. We love Crofters Rights. One we haven't played yet, but we really want to. Well, we played at uni, but that's not the same. We really want to play the Fleece. That's it's a venue full of character. It's got kind of cobbled floors with loads of. They've got these really
dangerous pillars.
yeah, they've got really iconic pillars everywhere. Which anytime you see a photo, you're like, that's the Fleece.
I've been slammed into a few of those at gigs before.
Yeah.
It's so dangerous.
Yeah, it is crazy. Yeah, there's some great bands. There's our friends in Raptors. There's our friends in Super Love. There's Girl. There's a band called Knives. There's absolutely tons
to
of
mention,
stuff.
isn't it? Like it's gonna feel
Bullshit.
bad, like not mentioning some of our friends if we forget, but like there's it's just huge, and they've recently started up a new alternative festival in Bristol called Misery Loves Company. Had its first festival this year, and it was like I can't remember if it sold out, but it was stacked lineup. Like huge bands came to play it, and as well as all the local Bristol ones as well, and it just felt like a really awesome step for Bristol. I mean, Bristol as a city is like, you might not know this if you're not from the country, but it's got this really good history of being like really multicultural, and the music scene kind of follows that. It's not just a huge city for alternative music; it's just a huge city for music in general. All kinds of like ska and like punk coming from Bristol, loads of
Jungle.
D&B, jungle. Like it's just this huge melting pot of people, and it was it was cool to see the even in amongst all of that alternative music still alive and kicking in the city. So I mean, we don't all live in Bristol anymore. I'm in London. Zach's near Northamptonshire.
I am in Northampton. For a cold-addled brain, that was really not
bad. And like Henry's down in Glastonbury actually. So we're all kind of only a couple hours away maximum from Bristol. But we kind of spread out a little bit. But it's technically still our kind of home as a band. We spend a lot of time there.
That's awesome. I just learned something new. So who you see your biggest influences are?
Zach, take this one.
I think that there are a number of bands and a number of artists that really inspire what we do, both individually and as a collective for the band. And I'm really grateful to be in a band with people that have really sort of a wide scope of listening habits and bands they all really enjoy. I think. Trying to think, my brain's gone now.
Sound like a politician, isn't he?
No. There's a bunch of bands that are sort of all work sort of amongst one another. So I know Max and Ellen love Spirit Box, Canadian band Spirit Box. Who else do you like? But there's everything from North Lane to Metallica to Deftones, Meshuggah, hip hop stuff, R&B stuff. Henry, our bass player. I can't remember the last time I heard him listening to metal music. It was usually R&B and hip hop with him. So it's a whole melting pot of stuff, and we all have our own individual things that come together. But yeah, that's the general consensus. Lots of stuff, lots of heavy stuff, and yeah.
I think there's one band we all agree on that we think are awesome, which is Bring Me the Horizon, especially recently. We all went to Download this year, and like we all stood there and watched them do that headline set, and we were just in absolute awe. I think the way they've managed to extend their career past when some people thought it may have been getting a little bit hairy for them. They've absolutely come back so strong, and with such a fresh vibe and style to the whole genre. And I think that's where we take our influence of wanting to genre bend and bring in those pop elements and those metalcore elements, and then the kind of the alternative side of our music as well. So I think they're probably a good band to sort of. Well, we'd love to tour with them.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. We like to when we're touring, we'll have the general rule is obviously there's 5 of us in the band unless someone's sleeping. But the general rule is that we'll go around, pick a song each, and we'll add it to the Spotify queue. And someone will play DJ, usually Max, and we'll just go through, what's your song pick, and we'll just keep this queue going around so that we're not listening to the same thing all the time. Recently we did a tour where we were heading up to Scotland, which is a long drive, so we decided to do that but with albums instead. So like pick an album, and it was really interesting actually. And I love those drives, to be honest, because although I may sound ungrateful at the time, I like hearing a mix of music, and it kind of reaffirms the mix that we've got in the band. I think everyone's so unique. The closest is probably me and Max, in terms of music taste, and then everyone else is just quite unique, I think.
So if you guys could tour with any one of those bands, which one?
ABBA.
Yeah, I think it had to be Bring Me. I think they've surpassed a lot of the scene bands that we grew up listening to now, and they're really like running with the torch, so to say, and kind of trailblazing for the rest of us. Like they started off exactly where we did, and they played the same venues, and we've met people that saw them back when they were our size, and now they're headlining like huge festivals. And they're really like flying the flag for like UK music as well as like, they're just inspiring. I think it's quite a cliche now to say them because they have so many different aspects of their sound, and throughout the years they've got, lots of different audiences. But I think they're one of those bands that have just managed to do a bit of everything and have got right to the top. Like Slipknot have got right to the top by being just Slipknot, and like although their albums differ, they're still very much just the Slipknot thing. Bring Me have done so much more than just what they used to do. Do you know what I mean? So I think we'd do well to kind of be open to their audience, because their audience are so accepting of loads of different genres and are from so many different generations of different kind of bands that they've grown up on. Some people grew up listening to Bring Me when they were 12, 13, like we did. Some people have just got into them and now have this like new kind of gateway into all this amazing music. So yeah, they've definitely. I think everyone would agree that they must agree.
Sure, I'm sure there's like some wild card suggestions as well from like each of us. But I think like that's a good shout as a band. I'm sure we'd all love to do that.
That would be sick. Their new stuff is so freaking good.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah, it rips.
Well, the one was really cool because it's like easy core. It's like a combination of like pop punk with metalcore.
Yeah.
Lost.
That's it. Yeah. That's one of my faves.
Yeah.
Funny story actually. Me and Ellen are. Do you know the song Amen?
Yeah.
That we actually sang on that.
Really?
Yeah. We know a couple of people that run like the it's a choir called Choir Noir, and they sang on like Tesseract and Architects, loads of other metal band stuff. They did all the choir stuff for it, and we got invited down to be part of it, and we had Jordan Fish on FaceTime with us, and it was crazy. It was nuts, but it was really funny because the first time we heard the full song was at download, and we're like being like blasted through the speakers. And we're just like, oh my god, this is us, and everyone around us must have thought we were absolute assholes.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, yeah, sure, it's you.
Can confirm.
You guys made it. You're famous.
Yeah.
Just no one knows about it.
Yeah.
Hopefully
That's kind of famous.
Hopefully
we're a sleeper band. Band.
So now I'm going to ask you guys some non-music questions. It's a good way for me to get to know you as people. It's something that really means a lot to me. I do this with the other bands that I've interviewed. Are you ready?
Yeah, go for
Absolutely. Let's go.
Our first one is favorite movie.
Are we doing it individually, or do we have to have like a collective Kite Thief film?
Well, we know what the collective Kite. We know what the collective Kite.
Your pick.
Collective Kite Thief. Collective Kite Thief's got to be Anchorman, right?
Anchorman is the collective Kite Thief like movie.
Mm-hmm.
Josh, what's your favorite movie?
It's so hard for me to pick, but probably like Superbad.
Classic.
I think just because it is. I watched it recently, but Back to the Future.
That is a good film. the Lord of the Rings trilogies. Those are
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
those are like I watched them the other day, with my family or whatever, and I was just like, oh man, there's a reason why these films are so incredible. So
fair
probably
play.
those.
Not The Hobbit though.
I
No.
can't say.
I like The Hobbit. I thought it was
Nah.
all right. It did feel weird.
Too much
Everything was
CG.
shiny.
Yeah.
Everything's shiny.
It
But
was
you know,
shiny.
the story's good.
Everything looked like rubber.
What about you, Dave? What's your favorite movie?
Well, it's funny that you said that because I'm gonna say the same thing. Lord of the Rings, greatest movie of all
Nice.
time.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Greatest movie, and the soundtrack is absolutely incredible. Like every time I
Mhm.
listen to it, I just get goosebumps. It's mind blowing.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, strong
But like
choice.
The Hobbit, I agree with you. I think The Hobbit was amazing. The story's amazing. The
Yeah.
book's amazing. But the CGI's got to go.
Yeah.
The CGI blows.
No one wants Billy Connolly riding a pig. I'm sorry. Hey, let's go to battle.
Oh, I love him. I love him and his accent. Just absolutely
Yeah.
incredible.
It did look weird
That
though.
was that. I burst out laughing in the cinema at that bit. It was hilarious.
Nice.
Favorite food?
Go on, Josh.
Yeah, what's yours?
Pizza. Just Italian food in general, I think.
Yeah. To be fair, I think I'd have to. I think I'd have to say pizza. Yeah.
Whoa. It's almost
Yeah.
like we're twins.
Another thing to make you like. Barbecue probably.
Ooh,
Just barbecue.
just
Like so the
barbecue.
actual metal thing, like
They call it a grill in America, Zach.
grilling, barbecuing, yeah, but just like for all the sides and everything, just man, it's just the whole. It's just like a whole platter of just everything delightful.
To be
It's
fair,
just-
yeah,
it
I
is
did get
incredible.
my first taste of that. I was in the States for the first time this year, and with a friend of mine, and one of his friends over there invited us over for grilling, which I believe is an American pastime.
Say that in the most
It is. Facts.
and he made this like the biggest steaks I've ever seen in my life. Corn on the cob, some awesome like barbecue beans and stuff. He's from Texas, and
They
just
do it right.
yeah. Oh, I was like, I ate it so quickly, and I was literally just like afterwards, like couldn't move. But it was probably incredible. It's a good shout from Zach. But yeah, what about you?
I would say probably tacos.
Oh,
I'm a big taco guy. I love pizza as well, but if I'll be straight up with you. I'm a little picky on pizza because I'm from New Jersey, and New Jersey is like the pizza capital of the U.S. I think.
yeah.
Jersey and New York, I think, have the best pizza. Chicago pizza is pretty good, but
I was
like
gonna say,
the
how do you
pizza,
feel about deep dish? What's your opinion?
I actually didn't have deep dish when I was there because I couldn't find it, so I ended up just getting regular pizza, and it was pretty good.
That
Nice.
seems
Okay.
crazy to me that you can't find deep dish in Chicago.
So maybe it was just because of where I was at.
Oh, okay. Because
So I was right by the Cubs ballpark and the White Sox ballpark. Those are MLB teams, like baseball teams. And around there was nothing. We looked everywhere and we couldn't find anything, so we just got regular pizza, which was fine.
yeah. You
Wow.
can't
Sick.
beat pizza, man.
Yeah, New Jersey. I've heard very good things about New Jersey pizza. Friend of ours is from. Well, you guys met her now, Sasha. Is from New Jersey, and it was a strong point of conversation about the New Jersey pizza and how I couldn't possibly say anything else was better.
Well, then again, I'm kind of being biased because I was born and raised in Jersey. I lived there until I was 23, 24, and then I went to college out in Pennsylvania, and I've been here ever since.
Nice.
So I feel like I can't go against, my home state, like where I was born and raised and all that. But yeah, the pizza in Pennsylvania, like where I'm specifically the office, yeah.
Dude,
It's Scranton.
it's the life and soul of me, The Office.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it.
Yes.
I'm
So
currently
good.
working through it for the first time. I'm in like
You're in second gear, mate. Get a move
Yeah,
on.
I'm on it, mate. I'm watching it. I'm watching it at the minute, and I'm really enjoying it. I've just got
So
to a
good.
bit where spoilers for The Office, which has been out for years. I've just got to the bit where Michael starts his own company.
The Michael Scott.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Come
Mate,
on
come
now.
on, mate. I'm late to this show. If anyone else doesn't, come on.
I haven't seen Endgame yet.
Oh, you're slacking. You need to get on that.
Yeah.
I don't watch. I'm dreadful when it comes to movies. Anyway,
Sorry, we took you on a tangent there.
No, you're good. That was awesome. When it comes to pizza and burritos and The Office, it's like I can go on and on and on. I'm all for talking about it for hours, so it's all good.
Sounds good.
If you guys could go back in time and talk to one world leader or person of influence, who would it be?
World leader or person of
Getting deep with you guys now.
Josh, I feel like you're the best person to answer this.
Damn. Okay. World leader or person of influence. I think there'd be so many. I feel like some of the old like American presidents would have been interesting to speak to. I think someone like Gandhi would be amazing, do you know? Someone like that. I think probably like, do you know what? I'm going to say something that's it's going to be so stereotypically British. The Queen, right? I know this only last year. This is only last year, but I always thought she'd be a good laugh. In you know, with a few drinks, a few pints. I think the Queen would have been a good laugh, and I would have enjoyed having that conversation. You know, no guards around. No, drop the act. I want to see what Lizzie was about, and I want to hear her opinions on pizza and her opinions on favorite movies. But yeah, I'm sure that there'd be way too many to count. You know, some crazy people from history. Someone like, I don't know, like Napoleon.
Yeah.
Or
That would be an interesting one.
Yeah. I'm half French, so I have to say Napoleon.
Zach, can you go? Because I'm still thinking.
Darwin would be interesting.
Okay.
That would be just to, yeah. I think it's just, yeah, truly from a perspective of like, you've got some fairly radical like ideas, and it's pretty incredible like the way that your brain worked with that. So yeah, yeah. I'd say Darwin. I'd say that, yeah, it'd be interesting.
I'll be truly selfish and just say Jimi Hendrix, because I wish I could have met him. I think he would have been the most crazy dude to meet in the most like kind of chilled out way. But I think his like just the way he talked about life and like music and every bit of every interview I've seen of him, he just seems like this really, I don't know, amazing dude.
I was thinking non-musical. I thought that's what the thing was.
Person of influence could be subjective.
You can do music or non-music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, Kurt Cobain. I want to know who killed him. There you go.
But if you travel back in time, you wouldn't know that. You'd be like, "Hey man, who killed you?" And you'd be like,
I'll get there.
You need to be in Back to the Future. Come on, you know. So you can...
All right, Marty McFly.
Yeah. That's such a good question, though. I've never been asked anything like that. This is great. You've got great questions, Dave.
Yeah.
I try. I've learned from the best. If you guys had $1 million and you could donate to any charity, which one?
Oh, another fantastic question.
$1
million.
Damn.
There's
now, yeah, I was gonna say there's so many, and I don't want to be like leaving anyone out, but
yeah. I mean, a couple of fantastic charities. I mean, I'll be honest, US charities I won't know of. So these are all going to be kind of UK based, but I'm sure there's like counterparts. Obviously, there's like global ones as well. Things like Oxfam that do amazing stuff. You know, UNICEF, stuff like that. I think like there's a charity in the UK called Mind, who are all about like mental health. Do fantastic stuff, you know. They work with like loads of people to try and kind of spread that message and do what they can there. But I think I'm going to try and take it not too deep. And basically, my dog is from the biggest rescue centre in the UK. It's from Battersea Dogs and Cats Home, which is like a London, you know, animal rescue centre, and they're amazing. And I'm gonna just to not get too deep with stuff, I'm gonna say Battersea Cats and Dogs Home because I love my dog, and you know, we'll do that way.
Mine probably be cancer research, because my dad's currently going through cancer, so I think that that's still one of the big things that kind of plagues everyone everywhere.
Definitely think I should have said that. I'm really sorry. I said Battersea Dogs Home.
So yeah, that would be mine. But that's just me kind of being selfish as well, because I'm like, you know.
I mean, not really. We're talking about donating money to cancer research, mate.
That's the antithesis of selfishness.
Yeah, fair play.
I feel if I had that much money, I know this isn't necessarily a charity, but my first instinct was the NHS, which is the National Health Service in this country. So like I would be like, right, you have that. But if it had to be a charity, be a charity called Winston's Wish, which is a charity that work with bereaved families, and I've had relations. I've had a relationship before. You never know it, but I used to have really long hair. I shaved my head hair off for them, raising money for them, so they help families out in that regard. So yeah, if it was a charity, I'd give it to them.
Oh, that's sick. Can't go wrong with any of those.
Josh.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, yeah. I wish I hadn't gone first, but you know, all great stuff.
Sorry, we've got a dark sense of humor. So.
Oh no, you're good. You're all good. I have a sense of humor, so I get it.
Again, what charity would you do? Like,
I'm really passionate about autism. So my full-time job is I work with autistic kids, and I've done it for a couple of years, and it's something that I love and I'm really passionate about. So I would donate like half of it to helping beat autism and finding a cure for it. And then also I'm really passionate about ending human trafficking and like sex trafficking and stuff like that. I mean, it's maybe kind of weird, but whatever. I saw them after seeing the movie Taken with Liam Neeson. It kind of opened up my eyes to it. So yes, it's a movie, but like that stuff actually happens.
Yeah.
And the sad
I think
thing
it
is,
opened a lot of people's eyes up to that.
yeah,
because there wasn't really anything like massive, mega, like box office movie thing that really dealt with it like that. If you know what I mean, like, that kind of brought like, because a lot of them were like serious movies, weren't they? And like it doesn't bring it to the forefront of everyone's minds, but everyone loves an action movie. And then actually, when like I remember watching it and being like, oh, that shit happens.
Yeah. And it just doesn't just happen in like Paris and like these big cities. It happens in your backyard. It happens in. So there's this town that's like 40 minutes from me. It happens there. Just found out that it happens there, and it's a town. It's a small town. So it's pretty scary. So if I could like find a way to like end that, if I could donate to a cause that would end that, I mean that would be amazing.
I've got a weird footnote about that. I actually helped bust one by accident when I was a kid.
Right.
I was walking to school and some dude in a Mercedes like drove past and asked me if I wanted a lift. And he had all these like painting overalls on, and I was like, no, I'm good. Like I'm walking with everyone else to go to the train. And then I got off the train in the next town, and he drove past again and like saw everyone, and I clocked his number plate. My mum took me down to the police afterwards. They traced the number plate to a town opposite, like over the river from where I live, and like the same thing was happening there in Flushing. It was this like secret society of people, and I was like, that's mad. And I could have like I was like that close. If I was like, I mean, not dumb enough, but like, you know, if I was gullible enough to be like, oh, this guy's gonna drive me to school, like, but it just shows you like, yeah, that anyone of a very young age especially is like super impressionable,
right?
And like they'd probably just be like, yeah, sure. I lived in a small town. It was like everyone knew everyone sort of thing. So it really is like you said, right on your doorstep. You don't even know it's happening. Crazy.
That's why you just have to be educated on it and then go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, stranger danger, isn't it? That's what we all get taught from like being a kid.
Yeah. All right, this is a little bit on the lighter note. If you guys could be foreign in could be really good in another language, what would it be?
Josh already is. Fluent in French, aren't you?
Yeah, I already speak French. Like I said earlier, I'm half French, so I've got that kind of side of things. That is such a cool question as well. Which language would you choose? I'd probably go because being French, there's a lot of words that carry over to like Spanish and Italian already. So there's sometimes I can get by, a little bit with those countries as well. So Europe, I'm kind of covered in a little bit. I'd quite like to something maybe over like Eastern Asia type, maybe Japanese or Mandarin or something like that. Just because I think they sound awesome. Like I just think they sound so. Someone could be saying anything, and I think that sounds really smart and like that sounds really awesome, and like the like rhythm of it and the kind of cadence of the language, I think it's just really cool. And they've got some pretty funky things going on with like tenses and stuff I know in Mandarin as well. So yeah, I'm gonna say Mandarin.
God damn it, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
My boss at work is Chinese, and I hear him like talking all the time. and I just think it's so fascinating. Like some of the sayings he comes out with, like when he translates them to English, they sound really funny and kind of silly because it's a bit backwards. But the some of the cultural side of things and the sayings they have about life and like the kind of, I don't know, the things that they end up taking through their life and teaching to people, and some of the stuff he's taught me is amazing, and I would just love to be able to go there and really like delve into the entire culture and properly understand it. So yeah, it'd have probably be Mandarin or Japanese as well. Like I really want to visit Japan and China and do the whole like, I've always seen loads of tour vlogs and stuff of bands that go there and it just looks incredible. So yeah, I'd have to be the same as Josh, I think.
Yeah, so, all three of us had the same sort of thing. Mandarin absolutely is, incredible language. As a slightly different option, Welsh. I think it's just a beautiful sounding language. Our singer is Welsh, so I'm pretty sure she speaks quite close to fluent Welsh. Can she? Yes. Well, no. Oh no. I think she used to be.
She used to be able to.
She used
but
to
she lost
be.
it.
That was it.
Yeah.
She used to be, and I go to Wales quite a lot, and yeah, I hear it's just such a beautiful sounding language. So yeah, Welsh should be really cool.
That would be sick.
Mm.
That's the first person that said Welsh. Out of all the bands I've interviewed, you're the first one that said Welsh.
It's actually a really good shout.
It's a dying language, unfortunately. Just like Cornish used to be a language, and don't see that anymore. Yeah, that's where I'm from. But
they're all like Gaelic, aren't they?
Yeah, like no one speaks it down there anymore. Like no one grows up speaking it. It's all learnt from, old people sat there going,
old people.
Oh, we used to talk like down there.
Do you speak any other languages, Dave?
I know very little Spanish. I know a couple words in French and a couple words in German, and that's it. But if I had to be fluent in another language, I mean, I feel like Spanish would be the most useful because that's the second most popular language.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I think it'd be really fun to learn Swedish because I have a lot of Swedish blood in me. My great grandparents were born and raised there, and so I have a lot of Swedish blood. And so I would say probably Swedish. Yeah, probably Swedish. Welsh would be sick too because I have a lot of Welsh blood in me as well.
Yeah, Swedish is another language that's really nice to listen to. I think the Scandinavian languages have got an awesome bounce to them when people speak. I don't know. I have this way of listening to languages as almost like music, right, with cadence and rhythm to them. And I think Swedish is an interesting one as well.
Well, as a possible other additional one that I just realised, sign language. I'd love to be able to do that fluently.
Yeah, such a shout. I would love to do that
because I've I run a percussion group as part of my work. So and it's a very sort of inclusivity based percussion group where it's just any age, any playing ability, backgrounds, whatever. And it's to be able to sign. To make that just for anyone who's hard of hearing would just be such a special thing. So I know I'm learning the alphabet, but to be fluent in it, I think that would be an incredible thing.
That is such a shout, Zag.
Yeah,
I take that.
That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah.
All right, last question. What are some places in Bristol that visitors should check out?
Ooh. Wake the Tiger. Wake the Tiger. It's an amazing art installation at the moment that's here. Should be here for the next few years, I think. I went there recently and it's mind-blowing. It looks really, really cool. We got the aquarium and stuff, but I mean, everywhere's got an aquarium, I think. What else have we got here?
I'm frantically trying to remember this place in Bristol and what it was called.
I've got something in my head that I know exactly where it is, but it's the big tower right at the
Cabot Tower.
No, not Cabot Tower.
I do like Cabot Tower though.
Cabot Tower's nice.
It's near where we had our latest photo shoot. I'm pretty sure. Brandon Hill. Is that it? Oh, I need to
It's
find
Cabot.
this.
No, it is Cabot Tower.
That's
where you're
Cabot
thinking
Tower.
of. Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
It's
The
on
one you can walk
it
up. The free one.
looks
You can
like-
walk up it.
The Tower of Sauron from Lord of the Rings.
That's why
Yes.
Dad likes it.
Twin Towers.
Nice. Yeah. I think
oh,
he's doing
sorry.
it right.
It's yes, absolutely. It's on Brandon Hill. That's what I was thinking. I
Right.
thought it was called Brandon Hill Tower.
Yeah.
Park Street as well. That's got loads of
Yeah.
like really nice vintage shops and kind of
The world's first suspension bridge is in Bristol. Cabot, no. Clifton Suspension Bridge, designed by Isambard Kingdom Brunel, who also invented lots of things in the Industrial Revolution. He came up with the idea of suspension bridges. Not going to claim to know much more about it, but as far as I'm aware, it's the
That's
first
all
one.
Wikipedia says, is it?
No, as far as I'm aware, that's the first one, but it looks really odd as well, like where it's placed in Bristol. It's kind of like above the rest of the city, and it sits there and is quite interesting to look at. And then restaurants and stuff. There's good food in Bristol. There's amazing burger places. I'm trying to remember what they were called.
If you go to a place called Gloucester Road, or then what's called Stokes Croft as well. So like that's very central, and it's where we a lot of us were based, was around Stokes Croft. That's got some amazing food up down there. So yeah, really
milk bun. Thank you. A good burger place as well. Lots of Caribbean food. Street markets and stuff that open up on like certain days of the week, with just people making the most amazing like chicken and stuff.
Oh yeah, shout out to Cafe Kino. I spent so much time drinking the amazing coffee from Cafe Kino. So that's in Stokes Croft. So if you ever in need, it's a vegan place. And if you're ever in need of some really, really great coffee, go there. It's awesome.
They've got there's a good burger place called Acedo Burgers, but there's another one called Uwe.
Uwe vegan,
and they do Uwe vegan. I'm not vegan, but I get Uwe vegan because my girlfriend's veggie, and it's just incredible. Like it's just you gotta Google it.
You got me with towers and bridges and burgers and coffee.
Yeah, man.
When I get over there, you guys will have to take me to all those places.
Yeah, for sure.
Sounds good. Yeah.
As long as you're paying, like,
We'll work something out. I'll just have to get my dollars transferred to pounds.
Our economies are
Or
wrecked.
use my card. Use my credit card.
Nice.
Well, I really appreciate you guys coming on. Had an absolute blast getting to know you guys.
Yeah, you too, man.
So for people that are going to watch this later, where can they find your music at?
We're everywhere. We're on Spotify, we're on YouTube, we're on Deezer, we're on Apple Music, Amazon Music, anything you stream on. And we're also any social media, we're at Kite Thief UK.
TikTok,
so you can find
Instagram,
us,
Facebook.
We've got a website, kitethief.com, where you can pick up merch as well, which we are going to be dropping a new line, especially for this EP when it drops. So there'll be some fresh stuff there that you can get
Ships worldwide.
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
You can get some in America.
Yeah.
I'll definitely keep my eyes peeled for that.
I don't think there's anything else we need to plug. That's everything where you can find us at the minute. But
if you're in the UK, catch us at 2000 Trees next year, and we're on tour. Takedown Festival. We're on tour from end of February into March in the UK.
Yeah. Hopefully more to go as well.
Right on. Well, I hope you guys have a great night, and we'll chat soon.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for having us, Dave.
Of
Nice
course.
to get to know you.
Peace.
Cheers, man.
Have a good one.